So I got an interesting question on LinkedIn today. Someone contacted me and said, my organization, we're not doing Agile, we're not doing Scrum or Kanban. How do we start with all that? What should be our first steps towards being Agile? My first question would be, what problem are you trying to solve?
Why do you want to be agile? What does being agile mean to you?
Exactly. I mean, you've talked before about push factors and pull factors. What's pushing them away from their current way of working?
We want to be more like this. Okay, great. Why do you guys want to be more like this? Because we want to be less like this. Okay, great. What is it about that old state that you guys don't like? Those sort of questions are going to spark that discussion.
There's a lot of feeling that people need to be agile, but we're only agile to answer a need, whether it's to be able to deliver products more quickly to market, respond to change, to cope with whatever changes in the marketplace, or to be able to get more releases out there, whatever it is. We've got to clearly identify what need we're trying to solve, because any transformation is going to involve quite a bit of pain, quite a bit of change. And people aren't going to go through that unless they know exactly what they're getting out of it.
Being more agile isn't what they want. What they want is to deliver something or do something. And they believe that being agile is the tool that they need to achieve that. What's important is to understand what is the thing they want to achieve and what do they think agility means? Why do they think agility is going to help them to achieve that thing?
Yeah, absolutely agree.
So we need to raise awareness in the organization of what agility is and what approaches are out there for them. Being agile, responding to change, embracing feedback, transparency, inspection, and adaptation, how those elements, how those components can perhaps help them to achieve what they want to achieve, how they're moving towards that goal and how they're moving away from what they don't want.
Yeah, I definitely think we need to do some sort of process just to raise awareness. And just to baseline everyone's understanding. It doesn't have to be a massive investment in training, but just get someone in to do an hour's talking about benefits of agility, what that involves, and the different approaches, whether that's XP, Kanban, Scrum, and everything else.
Removing that fear, uncertainty, and doubt, talking to people, helping them understand what an agile way of working would look like, what it would mean to them on a day-to-day basis. It's going to give us that buy-in, and we need buy-in from the people doing the work. Bring them on the journey with us.
Talking to people. It sounds so simple when you say it.
What else do they think? What else do we think they need?
I think we need to identify something we can deliver. Find something reasonably challenging and get permission to run an experiment. Get a team together, and if you're using Scrum, for example, see if you can get something done in a couple of weeks or a month, and see if Scrum, whatever approach you use, see if that works with your organization.
Totally. Just start somewhere. Start somewhere not too easy, somewhere not too difficult, but something that's going to deliver value. Find a problem, a challenge that the organization is facing, that if this experiment worked, we would deliver value to our customers. There would be some valuable outcome for our organization. Use that as our starting point. Try and solve that problem.
Yeah, and don't try and change the world. Find one thing you can deliver, one thing of value, and don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry about transforming the business. Just try to get one thing done in a reasonably short space of time.
Don't even worry about getting it right. Try and get it done. At the end of trying to get it done, review how it went and go from there.
Yeah, as you often say, start now and get perfect later. So what about getting all of the tools and technology in place before we start any of that, Jim? Do we need to have Jira and lots of software in place?
We don't need a big foundation. We can simply start and see how things are going. If we encounter problems about transparency around work, we'll find tools and processes to counter that as we go.
Okay, so in summary, if the question is, how do we start with Agile? How do we start with Scrum? identify the need, identify what's pulling you towards wanting to be agile, identify what's pushing you away from your current ways of working, then maybe get someone in to speak about agile so everyone's on the same page, and then get permission, try and experiment and see whether it works with your team and with your organization.